Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, simply welcome. My name is Angel, aka the Angelic Muse. I am an intuitive tarot reader as well as a certified Reiki practitioner here on YouTube. And I am here with another pick a card for you guys. This one is just a yes or no one. You can ask whatever question it is that you like, and then whatever pile it is that you gravitate towards, go ahead and over to that timestamp and then have at it. We have 4 piles for you to choose from here today. So excuse me, because I already said, I think 2 or 3 times now, that I don't really know crystal names. So bear with me on these. I did Google a few, so hopefully we can get this thing going. So for the first pile, I believe this is Amazonite crystal. Your second pile is rainbow fluorite crystal. Your third pile is the blue apatite crystal. And then your fourth pile is the green aventurine crystal. So all the decks that I am using will be down below, as well as all the timestamps. If you want to take a minute to pause and meditate on whichever one you choose, you can do that now. Whether you choose 1, 2, or all 4 is up to you, depending on however many questions you like to ask. And if any of you would like to book a personal session with me, you can do so at my website, www.theangelicmuse.com. And you can also book me for my, you can do intuitive tarot sessions or distance Reiki sessions, whichever one you choose. You can also connect with me over on Instagram if you'd like, at The Angelic Muse as well. But other than that, I believe that's it. And without further ado, you can go ahead down below to the description box and click on your timestamp, and I'll see you there. Hey, Pile 1. So if you chose the Amazonite crystal for your reading or for your question, here is your reading. We're going to start out with your tarot. So your first card, you have the Hermit. Second card is the Knight of Swords. And your third card is the World. And so you have 2 major arcana here. You have the Hermit and the World. So, and what I feel like this is here, I feel like this might be you here in the middle. I'm feeling like the answer to your question, as far as the yes or no, I want to get into that, is just a no, but it's not like a hard no. It's just that there seems to be more work that needs to be done, like inner work or introspection that needs to be done here. Because with this Knight of Swords here, the Knight of Swords, I mean, it's a very fast moving knight. Like, kind of doesn't really think about it. And if he does, it's very short lived. Like, it's a very quick thought, and then he's just jumping right onto it. And but the thing is, he's going in the direction of the Hermit. It's all facing away. So it just seems like more work needs to be done here with the Hermit. Maybe you're not necessarily skipping over steps intentionally, but there just seems to be seeing smaller, minor details, or hearing minor details that are being missed, and they may not seem of any importance or significance to you. However, in the long run, once you get to this World card, you're going to kind of wish you had those things. So instead of having to get to that point, I feel like you're being advised to just go back a few steps, just to dot your I's and cross your T's. When it comes to the inner work, when it comes to just you alone, this could be dealing with a number of different things. I don't want to get specific with anyone, but whatever it is that you're asking, it's going to require more from you than you may think. And especially with you having 2 major arcanas here, like you have the Hermit and the World. Like, the Hermit is represented by the number 9, which is like the ending or the completion of the cycle. And then, the World, that's at the complete end of the major arcana. So it's like you can't just jump from the Hermit to the World. So, it's not necessarily saying that there's anything wrong with you or that you're doing anything wrong. It's just to say that that maybe what I'm seeing here is that maybe when it comes to the more confusing parts of yourself, like maybe when you get into certain binds or situations that you're not comfortable with, you may end up at like a crossroads and keep hitting like the same point over and over and over again, where you need to go back within and just look over whatever it is in that particular moment. It may be like a repeated cycle for some of you. And this could be like something that you're constantly battling with and you feel like you keep having to do the work for, but it's like it may just be that one tiny thing that's being missed here. But you know, with the Knight of Swords here, you are very passionate and serious about what it is that you want. So it's not like you don't have the determination there to go for it. It's not like it won't happen for you. It's just that right now, in this moment, there's still a little bit more work that needs to be done. Let me get into your oracles here. So your first one says, listen to your intuition. The second one says, loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, and let God in. And then your third one, which is also represented by the number 9, says Treasure Island. So again, I think that there's something for some of you. Maybe once you hit that point that you find yourself constantly repeating, you may look for other outlets or ways to get around it, to try to complete it, whereas, or, you know, complete the cycle, whereas there's parts of yourself, like your intuition, that you're not listening to, the quieter parts. You may be listening to more of the ego-driven parts of yourself that want to keep you safe and want to keep you comfortable. And this isn't really necessarily one of those things that you're able to be comfortable with, especially with this number 9 number 9, this Treasure Island with this turtle in it, or tortoise. That's a very slow moving animal. But not only that, but it's in the water here. So with it moving through its emotions slowly, that doesn't necessarily have to be the most comfortable thing to go through, especially when you're not comfortable dealing with your emotions. But I'm seeing here that this is a slow going process that you're dealing with. It's not that it won't happen for you, that you won't get there, but Treasure Island, in this sense, it just takes a lot more time than you may think. But what is time really in the grand scheme of things if you're going to get it anyway? So you want to loosen your grip. Like this card says, let God in. You know, prayer works, intentions, set your intentions, make sure that you're putting the work in. You're not just trying to, like I said, go around it. Coping mechanisms, density is like, it's very thick. It's very surface level. It's very shielded and it's guarded. And even this, the tortoise here has the shell over it. It's very protected. And honestly, if you were to remove that, they die. So it's like, in this sense for you, I guess it would be similar to like an ego death for you. Not a literal one, but an ego death for you, where you kind of want to take the shell off and get down to the bottom of whatever this hermit, like this introspection is that you're dealing with. Remove the mask and just fall into it. Like the way it's 2 girls here, but essentially I feel like you don't have to be a girl, but there's 2 women here and they're falling, but they have 2 different colors on. So this could be different stages of you, where you actually just surrender to God's will and surrender to what it is that is being asked of you. But I see that here, until that is able to be done or tapped into, then you're going to continue to keep moving and towards this direction instead of into the direction that you want. And even with the world card, with these fixed signs, there's faded moments here that you have to go through or you have to get through in order to get to the destination that you want. And until you are able to face that, if you continue to turn yourself away from it or just continue to keep it at a surface level, then that's all you're going to continue to get. But again, with the Knight of Swords really being your energy here, I feel like you do have the ability to turn that around. Your intuition has been speaking to you. It's just a matter of you listening to it. And it's all about choices. Life is all about choices. So, but again, to answer your question, I don't feel like it's a hard no, but right now it is a no because there's more that needs to be done. But Power One, I thank you so much for being here. If this resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments. Like and subscribe. You can also follow me over on Instagram at theangelicmuse, and you can book a personal session with me. I do tarot intuitive sessions as well as distance Reiki sessions over on my website at www.theangelicmuse.com. And I thank you all so much for being here, and I pray you enjoy the rest of your day or night. Hey, Pile 2. So if you chose the Rainbow Flourite for your question, here is your reading. So we're going to start out with your tarot for the energy. So for your first card, you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Second card is the Seven of Swords upright, and then your third card is the Hierophant. So, I feel like whatever it is that you're asking about, the answer to it would be a no. And I say that because the way that, okay, so with the Two of Pentacles here in reverse, I feel like maybe the way you go about things isn't as structured or as orderly as you could. And that is something that's something that takes practice, for one. It's something that takes setting boundaries for two. It's something that takes structure for. And I feel like with this Seven of Swords here, in the Hierophant, it may be you're being avoidant of lessons and these gems that are essentially being dropped that could actually bring the order and the alignment that it is that you want and that you desire and that you need, essentially. Because the Hierophant doesn't really even talk about wants or anything. It doesn't factor in emotions or anything. It's really based on things that are necessary and like required, in a sense. Not to say that tradition or religion or anything like that is required, but what I'm saying is that morals and principles are, and to be rooted in them is important, and to not allow your emotions or the outside world to like get in the way of that. But it seems like here with this Seven of Swords energy, it's a lot going on in the background, and so it seems like a real loud environment going on. And then with the Two of Pentacles here, with that water in the background just moving in the way that it is on top. I know it doesn't really focus on that when it's talking about pentacles. That's more like tangible things, but it just seems like, I mean, even if you want to take it as far as going back to that, the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus, which is an earth sign. So at the end of the day, this is all about like getting focused on what, like the root. And before you can address anything else, you need to focus on the root. of the issue, the problem, the situation, whatever it is that's being asked about. So it just, it seems like you're, maybe you'll take you'll not even, I don't want to say humble yourself. Maybe you'll take a few steps back and you'll just kind of go as far as you're comfortable with, and then you'll stop. But like with the Hierophant here, you have to go a little deeper. And even with these waters here being so like, it seems so small. The I mean, it seems like it's going crazy back there to them. To us, it looks like the waves are going, but there's so much more beyond that level of the surface. You know what I mean? And then I know that this isn't necessarily dealing with emotions, like I said, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to go deeper than the waters and get to the ground. Like at some point, you know, the water stops and then you hit the ground. We haven't gotten there, but, and that's not to say you have to go that deep, but within yourself you should, in order to align with whatever it is that would help you get to, you know, turn this answer into a yes. I hope this makes sense, because this seems like a very intricate pile here. But with your oracle cards, your first one says choose a new direction. Your second one says Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. And then your third one says, is represented by the number 36. It says come to the edge. And again, come to the edge goes back to what I was saying with the, like, just getting down to the, maybe not, in my sense, it was going deeper. But here it's coming to the edge. It's still going to a point that you're not used to going to a point that's uncomfortable, going to a point that hasn't necessarily been touched before, or you know, learned about or experienced, or whatever the case may be. But with this choose a new direction here, I think this is saying to you that maybe you do want to go with the way that is more structured and traditional, or not even that, but maybe more, it may not be comfortable, it may seem more like tight or confining, and not necessarily, but it wouldn't be. And what I'm saying is that it would be a healthy discomfort for a moment, just until you're able to balance yourself again. Even with this Cosmic Ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. I think that going back to the root, going back to the why. Like, you may want to do some research, or just whatever it is that you're asking about. This could be a number of different things, but whatever it is that you're asking about, just ask some questions in order to figure out, like, maybe there's more that you need to know in order to, like, whatever it is, the way you're going about it, to transition the way you're going about it. But I do think here that there needs to be some like, even here with this choose a new direction, this person here is the only one up there at the pillar. I mean, here's two here. It's not the same pillars, but I'm just saying here, maybe you need to go the road less traveled. Maybe you're not embarrassed, but maybe you're nervous of being seen a certain way, or you're nervous of, like, just making yourself just uncomfortable. But, you know, there's uncomfortable parts in life that, you know, we have to get through in order to get to the goal. So yeah, that's all I'm getting here for this. For pile 2, the answer for you would be a hard no if you're not able to because it just seems very imbalanced the way that is being gone about, in a way that there's just a lot more that needs to be overcome here, and there's a lot that needs to be looked into. You need to get more information, and for some of you, you need to get more information, and for others of you, you need to align with your morals and your principles a little better, because there are outside influences that are getting in the way of that, and it's affecting your mental and your decisions. So, pile two, I thank you so much for being here with me. If this resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments, like and subscribe. You can also book a personal session with me at www.theangelicmuse.com. I do intuitive tarot reading sessions as well as distance Reiki sessions. And you can also follow me over on Instagram at theangelicmuse as well if you'd like to connect with me over there. But other than that, I pray you enjoy the rest of your day or your night. Hey, Pile 3. So if you chose the blue Apatite for your crystal, for your question, here is your reading. We're going to start out with your tarot first. For your first card, you have the Four of Cups. Your second card, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. And then the third card is the King of Pentacles. So, I feel like to answer your question, I say yes. This is a yes. I feel like the energy you may be within now is like what you're asking about, for one, is going to bring you a lot more. Like, you'll have a lot more to be thankful for, grateful for, appreciative for. Like, I feel like right now you're in this mode where you're like, is this going to happen for me? I'm seeing other people have it. I feel like I'm kind of defeated and just waiting, and it's been a long way for you. But I see that the answer to your questions is definitely yes with this King of Pentacles here. This Nine of Wands in reverse is like a weight. A weight is, if it's not already being lifted off your shoulders, if you don't already see signs of whatever it is that you're asking about coming in, then they're definitely on the way for you. And I feel like if it's coming in for you gradually, then that's for some of you. But then for others of you, you're going to see it like all happen at once, where you're just like, like, and like with this Four of Cups energy, it's not even like I see for some of you, there could be signs that you're seeing that you're still like, this is not enough. But the thing is, like, you may be the type of person who has to learn things slowly, and you have to admit that, but there are other people who, like, not, they may get it, and we have to be honest with ourselves when we are the type of person that we are. So, but again, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you, because, to be honest, I'm that type of person to an extent, depending on what it is. Like, I would prefer to learn things slower, because even though it may be uncomfortable for me, I know that I'll appreciate it more in the end. So I can admit that there are times when, so that's not necessarily to say there's anything wrong. There are other people who will have to learn other things slower, that I may get faster or you may get faster. You know what I mean? So this may just be one of those things where it was like, okay, you got to learn it a little slower. But the gift is still going to be, whatever is meant for you is still going to be meant for you in the end. You just have to, like with this King of Pentacles energy, it's just a lot slower. So, I don't know if you believe in birth charts or if you just simply believe in tarot or whatever, but if that's something worth looking into, just there may be a pentacle or something that you're going through, or just the way your birth chart lines up with the stars at this particular time, that is that may just be what this is. But I do see this as a yes for you in the long run. But it's definitely worth, while you are in this, maybe if you are going through these Nine of Wands moments where you just feel like you're tired and you're defeated, just um writing it down, or looking at what it is that you have come from. And I say writing it down because there's nothing like putting your thoughts on paper and just like, especially if you're a doer, like you're just constantly doing, it's nothing wrong with taking a moment to just slow down and just, kind of be more observant of, like, whether it's an uncomfortable moment or not, just being observant of what it is you're supposed to be learning in those times. And if you get it, then that's great, because then that means that your blessing is that much closer to you. But at the end of the day, it's still a yes. Let me get into your oracle now. Your first one says it's up to you. Your second one says all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. And then the last one says yin, represented by the number 2. So yeah, like I was saying with this, it's interesting. I said yin. I said maybe slowing down. Like yin is more receptive energy. It's feminine energy. It's, if you're a doer, you gotta kind of take the moment to slow down. Like I'm seeing somebody who is like running real fast, and then they kind of stop, look around, they don't see anybody, and then like you're in a race and you're just running, and you've surpassed everyone, and you look back and you still see that no one's anywhere near you, but you still continue to run super fast. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you don't want to get to the finish line, but if people are 10 miles back from you, you can slow down. And that's not going to, you're going to burn yourself out that way. And with this Nine of Wands energy, it seems like essentially that's what you're doing. But, with the Four of Cups here, like I said, there's not, it just seems like you maybe come from smaller things, or you just kind of, look at other people for validation, like their experiences, but kind of validate yours if you're not doing as good as them. But the thing is, with this it's up to you card, you have the potential to go after whatever it is that you want, and you have what it takes. You're not here to compare yourself to others. You're here to follow you along with your own path. Like your path is not like anyone else's. So to not be appreciative of what, and that's not, this is a specific message for those of you who aren't appreciative, because there are a number of you who are. It's just like you're just kind of like, when is it coming? Like, I'm just tired. But there are a few of you who aren't being appreciative of what it is that you have, because you're in, it's nothing wrong with you. You may be used to, maybe what growing up you kind of had to do work, and you don't know how to appreciate. So that may be something to look into, learning how to do, just be more appreciative there, because that is the thing where some people just don't know how to, because of their upbringings and things like that. So but all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Again, like I said, I think that a lot of you need to slow down. And because with this King of Pentacles, that's a very slow to go card. And like, but he's very abundant in the end. He's very like fruitful. He has nothing, like he's covered in it. And what is yours is going to be yours, whether you slow down or not. As long as you don't stop, that's what's important. But when you do stop, don't use that time to compare yourself or be ungrateful. Actually take that time to sit within and honor the fact that you got that as far as you have. You know what I mean? Like, you have to your inner world is what is important. That is first and foremost. At the end of the day, it's that all this shit on the outside it comes after. And we could have everything we want in life. You could be in this King of Pentacles energy, like on the outside, people could see you, and then you could be the saddest person on the inside. You don't want to be that. You want to make sure that you're going from the inside out. That way you're able to reap the benefits, whether the outside looks any kind of way or not, because that's what's important. You can have yang energy, be like a go-getter, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to whatever this is that's being asked about, you have to it is a yes, again, like I said, but you have to also be okay with all parts of it, but even the uncomfortable parts, because there's going to come a time where, like, you get in this King of Pentacles energy, and then another question comes up, and then you're kind of going through the motions, and you get the same thing. So just be sure to honor that as well. But pile 3, if this resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments. Like and subscribe. You can also book a personal session with me if you'd like to over on my website at www.theangelicmuse.com. I do distance Reiki sessions as well as intuitive tarot sessions if you'd like to do that. And you can also connect with me over on Instagram at theangelicmuse as well. Other than that, I thank you so much for being here, and I pray you enjoy the rest of your day or night. Hey, Pile 4. So if you chose the green Aventurine, here is your reading. And I just want to say, while I was shuffling for this pile, I don't know why, but the song Live Your Life by T.I. came to my head, like, in Rihanna, and I don't know who else is on there, but that song came to my head so hard. Don't know why, but either way, let me get into your reading. Maybe some of y'all need to listen to it, but your first card for your tarot, I'm gonna start with your tarot. Your first card is the 9 of Swords. Your second card is the Queen of Swords, and then your third card is the 3 of Cups. And this, yeah, y'all definitely need to listen to that song, child, because there is something somewhere, like, oh my gosh. The answer to your question, for one, is a yes. It's actually a hell yes. And it's to stop worrying about it. I feel like, oh my goodness, like, I just want to hug you. You are just like a light, like a whole beacon of light. Like, you just have so much to you. The reason this is a yes, though, I'm going to tell you, first of all, you have this 9 of Swords energy. You are like crying, like willing to, losing sleep over this thing. And it's crazy. It's painful. I understand. I get it. I don't know the answer. I don't know the question you're asking, but I know this energy, and it's not a fun one to be in at all. But you are this Queen of Swords. At the end of the day, this is you. This is you. When you will put on a face for people. Actually, that's the crazy thing. People don't know this about you. They don't know that you lay awake or you crying at night. They don't know the things that you go through to get whatever it is that you work for. They don't know the mind that you have. They don't know the joy that you bring. They don't know. The thing is, I'm not even going to say that. They do. They don't know what you go through at night, but they know the joy you bring. They may not know you on the left. Like, this could be like outer people, like fucking haters, like people who have no say in your life that you don't even have no business being worried about, for real, because who the fuck are they? You know what I mean? That, and I don't even curse this much. Maybe I mean, I do curse a lot, but not on camera. Like, that's not my thing. But listen, I be cursing, and I really just want to curse whoever the fuck is making you cry and lay awake or whatever the fuck it is. I want to I want to curse them out. Like, I do. I really do. I want to go to war right now, because I mean, but the thing is, they're not even worth this energy. But it's like that. It makes me mad that it upsets me that this energy is here. It really does, because I always pray for like healing and help to come about or come through my readings, no matter how they have to come out or whatever the case may be. But it's just like, oh my gosh, like your energy is just beautiful. Like, you have probably the best energy that some people have seen in a while, and you have so much to look forward to. You have so much, like, just your aura, like the direction you're moving in. The Queen of Swords, she don't play no games. She is about her business. At the end of the day, she might do this at night. She doesn't though. But I'm saying, you put that, like, you know how to put it on for real, and you know at the end of the day, you have what it takes too. And I think that's what's really fucking you up. It's like, I know I have what it takes, so why am I worried about these things? Because you're human. And because at the end of the day, we all want a human interaction. We all want connection. We all want to be liked. We all want to be, like, in this. It's like, I mean, they might not. It's levels to it. Like, you might not be like, oh, I really, really give a fuck, but like, or you may be like, I don't give a fuck at all. But like, you do got a certain amount of people. It's like, all right, I do care if you like, that kind of thing. But what I'm saying here is that you have so much positive over here that you're coming up out of this energy here. Like, you have so much to look forward to here. There's so much, like, you're not even going to be worried about this shit in a minute. Like, I think what it is that you have to get through the smoke. Here I'm seeing these clouds of smoke for some reason. I think there's a couple. You got a few things you need to get through. You might, like, I don't know if you go to therapy, or if you like do like self-help and things like that, but I just feel like the energy is like, all right, this is my last cry. Like, you about to get up type shit. Like, this is it for me. I'm trying to move into this new direction, and I am moving forward into this new direction. It's not even a try. Like, you're getting up, and you're getting out of whatever it is that you're stuck in, and you're making the most of it, because you can do it. Like, you are putting your crown on, you putting your best shit on, and you saying fuck everything and fuck everybody else, and you're going for it. And that's just the energy that I'm seeing here. Like, this is a definite yes here. It's just, you have to, if you haven't already, get your last cry out. Get all that shit up out of you, that about your system, that is doesn't call you to be in this Queen of Swords energy. And you can do anything, because you have the support, you have the resources, you have what it takes, you have the gifts, you have everything you need. Like, just be mindful of what you take with you here, because you don't want to fall back into this energy. The three of cups is all about celebration, but even in times of celebration, you can kind of forget what's important at times. You don't want to forget what's important, and that could very well be what what stops you from staying up at night. But let me get into your oracles. See, you got a hard yes. Yes is your ancestor. I'm so used to using that deck. Your angel answers. Oracle. Your breath of the cosmos. This one says, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. And then 4, higher power. So I'm feeling like with this card here, when you get into these Nine of Swords moment with this higher power, I think that's a direct call from God to say, listen, you take care of what you can take care of, and I'll take care of the rest. You remain in this Queen of Swords energy. You remain and do what you can here, and you call on me for the rest. I feel like birds may be symbolic for maybe some of you with this one bird here. Maybe a certain type of bird for some of you may be important for some of you when it comes to the higher realms, whether you believe in God, your ancestors, things of that nature, spirit guides, angels. I feel like that may be of importance, but I think that with this breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe, maybe again, like I said, I think that's God saying, listen, you take care of what you can and I'll take care of the rest. You can only do but so much. You can't necessarily, like, yes, we can all do magic, we can light as many candles, we can pull as many cards, we can do whatever it is that we need to do here as much as we want to, but at the end of the day, the calling is left up to something bigger than us, and all we can do is make sure that we align with it. And with that comes you knowing what is, like I said, is of importance to you, and getting rid of the rest. That's paying no mind to the shit that doesn't matter. Staying focused and remaining true to what's important to you. But you do have like I said, you have a definite yes. You have beautiful energy, you have a beautiful light, you have beautiful shit ahead of you. You just got to get past all the bullshit and let go of whatever it is that is kind of like, what is holding you back, or what has the potential to hold you back if you let it, because it's all in the mind. Like I say it all the time, our minds are so powerful and important, and you want to make sure that you are feeding it and putting the best knowledge and information into it. It starts with you, and if you have to take a step back and get away from a few things that may be leading you more to like darker energies, then do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It'll be there when you get back, when you're able to control it more. Like, say for example, you're on your phone a lot, and a lot of your influence comes from outside shit, or you see a lot of shit that you want, and it's like, well, I don't have that type, like the comparison shit kicks in, things of that nature. Or if it's some type of, like, any type of people you're around, whatever the case may be, just whatever it is you need to do to remove that. Because even you chose the green crystal, like you chose abundance, like, I mean, and that deals with the heart chakra as well. The green is the heart chakra. You may want to do some inner work on that, because that is what balances the upper and the lower chakras at the end of the day. So maybe you need to do some work and balance yourself back out so that you're able to take some like energy away from what isn't of, like, just to balance yourself out more. That's all I'll say, because this could be a number of different things for everyone, but the answer to your question is a definite yes, for sure. But Pal 4, I thank you so much for being here with me. And if this resonated with you, please let me know down in the comments, like and subscribe as well. You can also book a personal session with me. I do intuitive tarot sessions as well as distance Reiki sessions over on my website at www.theangelicmuse.com. And you can also follow me over on Instagram at theangelicmuse if you'd like to connect with me there as well. But other than that, I thank you so much for being here, and I pray you enjoy the rest of your day or night.